Quite literally. Will Tidwell, a younger gentleman.
I wish I didn't have this big heart. People just do nothing but hurt me. Anybody can dream the dream. Anybody can have a goal, but see,
you're gonna be a neighborhood hero. You just keep shining. Hey, what's going on, man? This is Will Z Tidwell with SpeakUPZee. You are tuned in to another episode of SpeakUPZee, the podcast. Man, the podcast where we talk about real things for real people. Everything from life to business to mental health and everything else in between. And we are powered by WinJake Studios. Man, I'm very, very excited about this episode because not only do I have a very, very special guest, but as you can see, we're in a new place, man. And shout out to our new sponsors at Butler Furniture, man, the one-stop shop for all your furniture needs, man. Everything from couches to beds to nightstands to end tables and everything else in between, man. Come see my friends over at Butler Furniture here in Little Rock, Arkansas. All you gotta do is a simple Google search. You can find the address, the number, the website, everything else in between. All right. But on to the episode. Man, we're doing a special segment, what we call the Neighborhood Hero segment. Y'all aware? I bring on dope, creative individuals, man, from business owners to leaders to community leaders to creatives that are just doing dope things, but they don't always get the platform and the light that they deserve. Sometimes they don't like it, or sometimes because they too busy working, they ain't even thinking about it, or sometimes they just don't get the credit they deserve. And so I got a very special guest with me today. Miss Adrienne, how you doing today?
Hey.
How you doing?
Good.
You okay?
I'm good.
Good. So happy to have you today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. We've been working together for quite some time.
This year.
It been a year? It been
January.
It been January?
Yeah.
Feel like a year.
Yeah.
Feel like it's been a minute.
We've been doing some great things.
Absolutely. So Ms. Adrienne, I always like to start off the show, for the people that don't know you, right? Because we hear, we got people all over the world. But just so y'all know, y'all gonna hear dings, y'all gonna hear people walking by, y'all gonna hear people shopping around, but that's okay. It's real informal, cool conversation. But anyway, Ms. Adrienne, for the people that don't know you, just tell them a little bit about who you are, what you do, how long you've been in the game.
So Adrienne Mackey Tolbert is my name.
Yep.
I'm a cosmetologist, a salon owner,
Yep.
recently suite owner. Thank God for that.
Oh man.
Been in business. October 2023 will be 30 years,
Yeah.
and so we're excited. Bigger and better things are happening,
Yeah.
and I'm just so thankful that I met Will.
Absolutely.
And things are changing, things are increasing, and hey, we going forward.
100%.
So I have 2 children and a soon-to-be wife soon.
There we go. Okay, I better get invited to the wedding.
Hey,
I know that.
Hey. I know that's real.
Say it again. Oh yeah, even if you do, that's cool. We still, we good, yeah. So yeah, Miss Adrienne.
Yes.
So you've been in the game for 30 years. 30 years.
Thank you, Jesus.
30 years. How did you even get into that world of entrepreneurship? Like, where did that love and that passion for entrepreneurship really come from?
So my mom and dad, they are insurance agents, and so I watched them sell insurance and then just increase and multiply and grow. My daddy became a pastor, so my mom, she runs it. And so just being there on some summers, just watching.
Whole vacation
didn't even know, filing papers was, my way of, hey, put me in place to be an entrepreneur.
100%.
Yeah, so I just watched them.
Yeah. Do you feel like you was almost, born to do that, to be an entrepreneur on your own business, or was it something that you were just kind of molded into? What do you feel like?
I don't know. Maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah.
We never know what God is up to and what he's going to do.
Yeah.
He always connects the dots how he wants to. But
Absolutely.
I know that I am a natural born leader.
Yeah.
So I guess entrepreneurship was the next thing. Yeah. I'm a boss.
And we're going to touch on that in a minute about that leadership stuff, because that's a big thing that I want to talk about, because that's a hard thing to navigate when you own your own company. Especially, having to oversee multiple locations, multiple people with multiple personalities, how difficult that can be. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But what do you think is the main reason you decided to go into your business? And what I mean by that is, for me, I knew I was going to always work for myself because I have a hard time when it comes to taking orders from people. I don't like to be talked too crazy. I'm not the most punctual all the time. I try to be, you know what I'm saying? But you know how it is when you work for yourself.
Me too.
Time is, it's hard.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so I didn't want to be tied down to these restraints of having to rush this place and be here on time and got to worry about explaining yourself. It was just something I didn't want to deal with. So for you, what would you think would probably be some of your top reasons why you said, yeah, I got to work for myself?
Well, I went to UCA when I graduated from high school, and that wasn't me, you know. And I told my dad I want to do something else, and so he asked what I want to do. I said military. Like, nope. And so I said flight attendant, and you know that was an option. And then I said beauty school because I always like played with hair. And so we just checked out like 3 or 4 beauty schools, and we went from there. And so I mean, I just, you know, you just never really know which way it's going to go. But like I said, entrepreneurship was planted from the beginning because that's what my mom and dad did.
Saw it every day.
So I didn't know anything else. Didn't know anything else. Am I glad I took that road? Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, you just said something else so profound. It's like there's a lot of people out there, they doing something that they're not even happy doing. Because they're trying to please somebody else, or their parents push them into it, or they just going the safe route. You know, what would you probably say to that person that is going to college right now? That's not even what makes them happy. Or they in this career right now that they don't even find joy in, and it's something else they really want to do. What would you say to that person, that younger version of you maybe?
So I would say launch out, step out, pray about it, pray about all things, but pray about it, ask God to lead you and guide you. If you're not excited about what you're doing, if you don't have passion, it's not going to last anyway. And my daddy taught me that a long time ago. If you don't have passion about what you're doing, it's not going to last. So ask God to show you what it is you want to do, or you may even know what you want to do. Just do it, you know, and no better way than to jump out into the deep. Have faith. Faith moves mountains. And so when you jump out in faith, God does too. He goes before you. So anyway, I just know that if you're not happy about what you are currently doing, do something different. I mean, because time is passing and it waits on no one.
Literally.
And so, I mean, it doesn't seem like 30 years doing hair. And so anyway, I'm just thankful that Daddy was like, let's pick 3 beauty schools. And the first one was it.
And you fell in love ever since. Wow. So what's the secret, right? What's the secret to those young, you know, entrepreneurs out there, those young beauty professionals out there, the ones that want to be in this industry just like you? Like, what's the secret to being able to have longevity within this game? If you could sum it up at maybe 2 or 3, you know, steps or tips or points, you know, what direction would you go of saying, like, what are some of the key things people need to be doing to have longevity in any business, but especially the beauty industry?
So the industry is a lot of people in this industry. Set yourself apart. Be different from everyone else. Do something. You got to have a wow factor, and then just line yourself up for what you want. Be punctual. You know, be on time. Give someone the service that you would love to have. And so I would say professionalism is everything. You know, what separates Chick-fil-A from being Chick-fil-A. I mean, from being just the regular, the average, is because of their service. So you have to make sure that your service is top notch. You know, set yourself apart from everybody else's salons. We've all been in salons and barbershop, you know, and you're like, I would take that. I wouldn't do that, you know. So add to it. Don't create the wheel. Don't recreate. You know, just do what you know to do and go for it.
What do you look for when you sit down with I mean, that process is when you bring on new people to your shops, you do an interview process with them, you get to know them, you meet them. So what are you looking for when somebody comes wants to be a part of the Adrienne Ultimate You family? Like, what are you looking for?
Well, I always check the vibe out. And then
you do like a spirit check.
I do a spirit check. And because I pray before we go. But anyway, I always ask God to give me discernment to whether or not they fit in. And so, you know, once you have conversation with people, you pretty much
within
know
the first few minutes.
Yes, because when people get to talking, you can kind of tell if it's a good fit. But however, just when you start asking questions as far as, you know, have you done this before? Have you been in a salon before? What did you do in beauty school? You know, what are your specialties? You know, what does your clientele look like? What are you looking for? What are your goals? You know, so just things like that.
So it ain't just about collecting booth rent for you.
Oh, no.
It's not.
Nah, because I'm not gonna hustle. You know, I've learned hustling. You always got to chase. I ain't chasing.
Mm.
Have I chased?
Of course.
Yes,
Yeah,
I've chased.
Yeah.
But you're going to forever be chasing. So I'm not going to be a chaser after. I want God to bring it when God brings it at last. When I do my work.
That's wow. That's so good. That's so good. My sister back here doing the praise dance. She crazy, bro. So that leadership piece, that kind of brings me into that part we were talking about a little bit earlier. You know, how do you go about being able to like lead so many different type of people? Because you got 4 locations to make sure are straight. You got 10, 15, 20 people that you got to check on daily or talk to daily or deal with daily and proud. Like the other day, you told me you had an issue at one of the salons that you had to deal with. So like, how do you keep a level head, make sure you're available for your family and for yourself, but also make sure you're there for your people? How do you balance all of that as a leader?
So for one, it is a tedious job.
Yeah.
It is a very hands-on job. And you have to people. You have to people them with love. My dad is a pastor.
Yeah.
And my mother is first lady. And so I've watched greatness. I hadn't always paid attention. I was there, but I didn't pay attention until I got grown. Like, oh my gosh, people brag on your parents for being this way. And what's in you is in you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And so you have to cultivate it. So it is something else to be over people. But I was bragging the other day that God always sends me the right people that can run the salons when I'm not there. So
that's the key right there.
I don't worry. I pray about who He sends.
Yeah.
And I just go from there. The other day I was in my women's Bible class and the lady sent pictures of what the salon looked like. It flooded, right? She sent me about 6 rooms and I was just tripping a little bit.
Yeah.
But I didn't jump up. I didn't leave from Bible class.
So
I wrote it
Bible
out.
Study.
Yeah, I did. And I just said, Lord, you can handle it. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever is going on around me, He's already equipped me to handle it. And so after Bible class, I went home and got my wet dry vac and picked my boot thing up and we rolled out. And so do things happen? Yes, they happen. Do they happen out of our control? Yes. Do they happen often? Possibly. But every day I get up with, Lord, you know what's before me? Please go before me.
Absolutely.
So I can address and be able to equip me.
Wow. I know your father's a pastor, so I know that's probably that foundation. Like, where does that faith come from? Like, what is that unwavering spirit that you have? Because some of the stuff we be talking about, we ain't got to disclose everything me and you discuss, from our relationship. But like, where does that spirit come from? Because sometimes, bro, like stuff you be telling me, I've been lost my mind.
Experience. It just comes through experience. I've panicked a lot in life. I've stressed a lot. I've been overwhelmed. And been distracted. But I am really intentional about doing things different. If you do what you always done, you'll always get what you always got. I have to do things different. I cannot do business as usual. I can't do business like her, I just can't. I won't. And so I know that things that used to stress me or have my back up against the wall, it just used to overwhelm me and take me into places that didn't mirror God. I practiced. When I was out in the world, I practiced. Well, I didn't practice. When I was out in the world, I did what I wanted to do, how I wanted to do it. Didn't think about it. I was good at it. So I want to be good at being holy. I want to be good at being a servant for God. I want to be good at being the best Adrienne that I could be, the best salon owner, the best mother. I want to be good at who He called me to be. And so it allows you to know that God is my standard. He has a plan for me. And so I don't know. I pray daily. I read God's word and try to, whatever I read, I want to meditate on it and I want to apply it. And so when I apply it, it's success. It's success.
That's so powerful.
Gonna make me emotional.
Come on. Come on, them the best interviews. Them the best interviews.
He's gonna make me emotional.
Oh,
he's
so
good.
powerful.
He's good.
He is.
When he brings you through and over situations that you didn't think that you could get over.
No, for real.
You know that it was him.
No, for real.
You know. So I know just a lot of
eyes sweating. No, for
just
real.
a lot of things in life people don't know they have. They just see that. They see the outcome.
The
they
force
see,
of lines.
And that. You have no clue.
No idea.
No clue. Do I have some booger bears? Have I had some booger bears? Yes.
Yeah.
I've had some situations, but when you take it to God in prayer and say, Big Daddy, I can't do this. I can't handle it. I need you to come through for me. You know what I'm saying?
I need your help.
And so let me tell you something. What I've learned.
Yeah.
Praise gets you up out of pits. Praise brings me up out of pits. So that's what gets me through.
That's crazy. And I think I know the answer to this question, but I just want to hear from you. You said you just try to do things differently. What do you feel like separates Adrienne Ultimate You from the other thousands of salons out there?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think really separates you from everybody? If you had to put your finger on it, and not to disrespect them or anything, but just you. What do you think separates you guys?
I set the tone. I set the tone for every salon. I have an expectation, and we're going to ride with it. We're going to ride with it. And so if we don't ride with it, I ask God to remove you. And so you don't last long, And so what makes me different is because I'm determined to be successful. I'm determined to be successful in every area of my life. Mm-hmm. And so I get up with expectations and I put my best foot forward. Mm-hmm. And so I love my coworkers. When you are a part of Adrienne's Ultimate You, it's not a 1 year, 2 year. I have long-term relationships with
10, 15,
people.
20 years.
Yes. Yeah. The one of my coworkers right now, she's been there maybe 27 years.
Come on, that's almost the whole time you started.
That's what I'm talking about. And she's older than me. And so I just learned. Have I always been good at it? No. I've learned to cultivate relationships.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Care. People need to know that you care.
Right.
And I care.
Right.
And I want to be a blessing to people. And God puts me in position to be a blessing to people. Wow. And so when that happens, you form relationships and people see the God in you, and I pray that they are able to be the best that they can be.
100%.
I want them to mirror as I mirror God. I want them to mirror God.
100%. That's powerful. That's so powerful. You said something else too about like if once you have the discernment and you see it's not gonna work, they don't last long.
No.
What are some of those things that you peep out that makes you know, oh, this person not gonna be here that long? What are some of those things that you usually end up seeing that makes you know, or that people do in general that make them not last long?
Because it doesn't have to be bad, but you just don't have to be a good fit.
Absolutely.
So your drive. If you don't have a good work ethics, you're not gonna make it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You gotta care. You gotta care about your own business.
Go into that a little deep. What you mean? Like, give me some examples.
So the business is saturated with stylists and barbers. So you have to make sure that you are doing all that you know how to do to be able to get business. If you don't get business, that means you can't pay a bill. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to pay your bill. And so you have to be able to care about your business. There's too many people in here that are just
lackadaisical.
Yeah, and think it's going to come to them. It's not.
Nope.
Everybody and their mom and daddy doing hair. Sometimes not in the...
Not even legally.
Yes.
Ain't got a clientele like
that's
crazy.
What I'm talking about.
Yep.
So you have to set yourself apart. And so people who are just... It's not going.
And you know what kills me is them people that... Because I do this. I build brands. So like when you come to me and you say you won't help with something, and I end up being more passionate about it than you, that drives me crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Because why am I chasing you down?
I mean, I have that too. I have that too.
You came to me and asked for help.
Right. And so I just, sometimes people just don't fit because it's just a clash, you know. Like I have an expectation of what I want my business mold to look like.
Of course.
And so if you're doing anything out of the scope of that,
it might not work.
It's not going to work.
It ain't going to work.
It's not going to work.
Yeah.
And so I want people to mimic me.
Yeah.
I'm success. Yeah. I'm longevity.
Yeah.
It's not because of me. is because of God. So, I mean, he placed me where I am for a reason. And so I dare not sit on it and not tell people, you know, I got to share.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And I think that's probably part of the reason you have been able to last so long.
Thank you, Jesus.
Is that mindset. Yeah. Now pivoting a little bit to more so the family side of you, you know, how do you, because, you know, you got your son's AAU games, you know what I'm saying? You got to make sure you're being a good fiance. You got to do all of these different things. Like, how do you balance that side? Like, how do you make sure that like once you leave, because sometimes you don't leave the shop till 11, 12 o'clock.
Well,
you hit me and be like, I'm just getting home.
Well, I mean, because I'm either up there cleaning up, putting up, and things like that. I don't work that late. I'm just there, you know, making sure everything is in order.
They're having worship sessions and all type of stuff. I know you're in there dancing with the broom.
Well, I mean, I'm just preparing, setting it up for the next day.
Absolutely.
You know, so that's not every day that I'm there that late. But I mean, you have to be able to have some type of a degree of order in your life. And so we do church a lot. You know what I'm saying? I go to church on Wednesday and have Bible study with this women's group. And my son has AAU, my daughter, she does her thing. And so I just ask God for balance. You know what I'm saying? You don't get in the bed at the same time every night.
No.
But I mean, I just ask God to equip me to be the best that I can be. I really don't know how I do it.
Yeah, you're just doing it.
Just do it.
And for me, like, I learned this about myself earlier today. I said this to myself earlier, matter of fact. I said, I got to make sure I got a day in my schedule where I don't have to leave the house. Because every day if I got to leave, I start to get anxiety and I start to like feel like I'm getting behind on. I need a day where I can just sit on my computer and just write or just work or just edit or just, you know, I need to get I need to do that.
Yeah.
And if I'm not, it's starting to drive me crazy. So what are some of your rules that you set for yourself to kind of have somewhat of a normalcy or a balance?
Okay, so I keep a to-do list every day.
Right.
And so when I keep a to-do list, I'm able to check it off.
Right.
And so that's what helped me. And then one day at a time. It's one day at a time. Like sometimes you'll call me and I won't respond.
No, and I don't take it personally.
Yeah. And so you'll hit me back 2 or 3 days later. You got overwhelmed, huh? I'm like, yes, because you had a laundry list of stuff along with mine. But I just do what I can. I just do what I can. And so like every day is not the same.
No.
Every day is not the same.
Of course not.
I do thank God for good days. My good days far outweigh my bad.
Right.
But I just do all that I can. And then the rest that don't get done, it just don't get done.
Yeah. So, and that's it.
That's just it.
I love that. I love that.
But I do end the day reading. No
matter how late it is?
No, it don't matter how late it is. I end the day. Like most people, they'll fellowship or just meditate and pray in the morning. I do more of mine at nighttime because it settles me. Yeah, it settles me.
Everybody
so
sleep.
I love it.
Me too.
I love it.
Yeah.
And so anyway, that just works for me.
That's crazy. No, that's crazy. That's real. That's real. You know, I want you to be thinking about, before we get out of here, just that one sound piece of advice you want to give people, that gem, I call it food for thought, that you want to leave people with before we wrap it up. But you get to that in a minute. So you can be just thinking about it though. But, you know, for somebody that wants to join the Adrienne Ultimate Youth family, can you just let people know who you're looking for, what they need, what steps they need to take in order to be able to, you know, apply to join, and like how does that look for them? What is that process?
Okay, so if you're looking to work at Adrienne's Ultimate You,
what I'm looking for,
right?
I'm looking for dependability. I'm looking like how professional you are.
Yep.
I'm looking for people to be personable. You gotta be personable.
Yeah,
you gotta be able to be people friendly. You know, be able to communicate, and your skills. And have some skills, you know. And so that's just what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
And so if that fits you out there, then 501 450 9100.
Absolutely.
And so
and all professions within the beauty industry, or just certain ones?
All professions within the.
Go ahead and give them the list.
Okay, so the list is braiders, cosmetologists, barbers, nail tech, lash techs, and estheticians.
Yep.
Yes.
Did you even say somebody reached out about tattoo artists?
Yeah, they did. And I called the state board the other day, and so they said that if they are licensed, you know, tattoo artists, and then if they have a face bowl, all that good stuff in their room,
and they can do it.
Yeah, they can do it. So
That's
they have to have
powerful.
a suite.
Yeah. So they got to be in the suite space.
Got to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's wrap it up right here. What's the ultimate big goal for Adrienne ultimately? Like, you already got 4 salons. We talked about a potential 5th coming soon in another city. So like, what's the next goal? What's the next step? What's the next thing you're working on or that you're striving towards?
I want to be able to have maybe a salon or 2 go up every year. Yeah. Goals are, to me, this is what I'm learning, that you choose things that you want to achieve, but you think big, like go bigger than that.
Right.
So 1 is like, but 2, that's God.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So like visions, creativity, all that comes from God. All of it comes from, nothing comes from me.
It ain't us.
So if God gives it to you, write it down. Write it down, put a date on it, and then come back and visit it often and see what he does.
Absolutely. That's so powerful. That's
so
so
that's my tidbit.
That was your gym?
Yeah, that's my gym.
That's crazy. I was just for that.
Like, write the vision. Write your vision. Whatever you want for your life. Write it down. Put it on paper. And then put a date on it. Visit it. Look at it every day. Look at it every day. And watch how your life coincides and goes right there. He will send the people to help you. He will.
He will.
You just have to listen.
Wow.
Like, every day, get up. Lord, show me. Show me where to go. Show me what to do. Show me what to say. Show me the people that are in my life for me to bless, and show me the people that I'm to bless.
That's so powerful. That's so good.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
God blesses givers.
Oh my God.
Because we're not in this journey just to take.
No.
We're in this journey to be difference makers.
100%.
And that's what I am.
100%.
I'm a difference maker.
100%.
And so I want everybody that I touch, I want them to be difference makers. Absolutely. Because that's what draws the heart of God.
100%.
When you think of other people, when you go outside of your comfort, when you reach out, say, Lord, who you want me to touch today? Who needs a word? Because this journey ain't about Adrienne.
Not at all.
And so to me,
you're just a vessel.
Yeah, just a vessel. I'm a conduit. Yep. He works through me, just like a vessel. But it's just, I want to be a game changer. And that's what I am.
Yep. And
so whatever you want to do, you can do it. Whatever you want to do. Nothing is too hard. Nothing is too big. If you have God, and you put him in the forefront of your life, there's nothing that he won't do.
Not at all.
There's not a door that he won't open for you. And so the second part of the tidbit for today would be, I'm not saying it's easy to acquire or to achieve things, because you can do that with God. But you also want to say, this is what I'm learning. Yeah. You want to say, Lord, help me to be able to thrive. Help me to be able to keep it and maintain.
That's the part.
Don't put yourself up against the wall trying to figure it out. Like, allow God to lead and guide and to orchestrate what is going on.
But how does somebody do that, though?
You have to incorporate God. You have to. You have to. Like, apart from him, we're nothing. We'd be like a ship without a sail. So we have to be able to put him on the forefront. I mean, you don't want to get something and not be able to keep it. You want to be able to maintain it and maintain it well. Yeah. You don't want to live above your means where you're not able to. You get it and lose it. So I'm saying, just because you make it, you want to be able to cultivate it and to be able to have it and to be able to have something that you can show for later on. Cars and things like that, they come. They come. But get something that's firm and is going to stay and stand in that relationship with God, and he'll show you the rest.
So powerful, man.
Because whatever he has a plan.
He does.
He has a plan, and it's good.
He does.
And he's given me more than I've ever asked for, more than I've ever thought, dreamed, or imagined. I'm serious. And I know that he's not through.
That ain't no food for thought. That was a whole buffet for thought. You hear me?
Jesus.
Oh man. I can't think of a better way to end the episode. I can't think of a better way to stop it right there. I mean, that's it. You said a mouthful right there. Man, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, because I surely did. It fed my spirit, and it helped me in ways that I didn't even know I needed help in. But man, we just want to thank you guys for coming in into Miss Adrienne. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love you, man.
Absolutely, you too, man. We locked in for life.
I
don't know if you know that or not, but
we banging it out.
We here forever, like for real. Like, it's crazy. So Y'all, we appreciate y'all for tuning in, man, to another episode of SpeakUPZee, the podcast, man. The podcast will talk about real things with real people. And don't get no realer than Miss Adrienne Ultimate You right here. You heard it yourself today. Again, we want to thank our sponsor, man, Butler Furniture, man, here in Little Rock, Arkansas. All of your needs, man, from mattresses, beds, to couches, to love seats, to end tables, everything else in between. You see this nice piece of furniture we on today. Man, just be sure to come by and let them know Z sent you, man. Who did it? The Butler did it. We love y'all, man, so much. And until next time, love.